It's hot in Los Angeles, you guys. It is hot in Los Angeles, and I am burning up. I'm wearing a yellow shirt because it's lighter and it's lighter. Of course, it's spring. I have like 10 fans on me over here. You have no idea. I have my lights off. So if you can see me, my hair, you see my hair, I got a huge fro. But I might put a ponytail. I'll do that. I'll leave it alone. I'll just leave it alone for now. It's hot. What's going on, folks? I'm James Lott Jr. If you know who I am, you're like, who's this? I'm James Lott Jr. A Hardy, and this is the When Calls Heart Aftershow. Just my reaction. Shout out to Marissa Serafini, my co-host. We're gonna work on getting some guests for you guys. Still working on that. I was saving some for later. I'm trying to get some others. Trying to work that out. And when we do guests, usually it's me and Marissa together. So that's coming. But I did finally watch episode 9. I know. I'm supposedly on a month-long sabbatical, but 5 days in, I'm still working. I'm working 70% less than I was before. Crazy. But I watched the show, and once again, we're seeing the growth of this town. There are a couple things they show, which I'll point out as I'm talking about this. So the main storyline basically was Walden comes back. He's trying to blackmail Lucas into selling the saloon, but also it's tied in somewhere with this whole coal mine thing that's happening. These new investors are coming for that at some point. We find out through episode who one of them could possibly be working with and all that. Bill has a plan. He still coughed. The thing is, his lung thing is not over with. I'm getting scared. So anyway, small note, Lucas and his cousin / chef, hilarious. I love that. The whole French line was really funny. They're fun together. And how he was like, no extravagant gestures. Every time you try to do something extravagant for Elizabeth, it always goes wrong. So he was like, just small thing. And of course, later, lots of candles. If you're a long time viewer, When Calls the Heart in our show, we always talk about the candles back in the past. It made me chuckle. There were a lot of candles. I was like, whoever the production assistant is who does the candle lighting and placement, God bless you. That's all I have to say. It was back in the earlier seasons, it was even worse. Oh my goodness. Worse meaning fun. But I was like, I cut myself a little earlier. And I just think it makes me laugh. When I see candles on When Calls the Heart, it makes me just chuckle. Many references to Abigail and Brookfield. We're not seeing Abigail though. So me and iced coffee and the ice cubes melted. That defeated the purpose. It's still warm. Anyway, so there are a lot of references throughout the show with that. Minnie, so Henry's still gone. Minnie and Angela are out of town. So they've been kind of rotating people here and there. Hickam only had a couple of scenes. One where he says he wants to resign as mayor. It's not what it cracked up to be. He's not sleeping. So there's something going on there. That's one little thing there. They've gained a laundry. I call it a laundry home washing machine and wringer. Was from that time period. They weren't popular yet. I love when they introduce stuff. And like little things like that, I go, oh, okay. And how Bill brings over his dirty laundry. Because I don't want to buy one of these things, so I make sure it works. I have washer and dryer. Let me tell you a little quick story. So back in the day, when I was in my late 20s, my roommate and I actually bought our first washer and dryer from Circuit City. Remember Circuit City? They're not even there anymore. It's like Circuit City, the good guys. They're all pre-Best Buy, pre all that. So it went to Circuit City. It was, and I think it came to like $1,100 total. He got a credit card, Circuit City credit card, and I just paid him every month. And so we felt like we arrived. We had a washer and dryer because we always were going to the laundromat. Those of you who go to the laundromat, God bless you on that too. I know everybody can have one. But I'm telling you, once you get a washer and dryer in your home, you can't live without it. I have a washer and dryer here. Can't live without it. So it's kind of funny seeing the beginnings of this. Because I've washed on a washboard. We used to also hang dry clothes in the backyard. We used to have a clothesline up when I was a kid because we were poor. And we used to do that. So I actually understand. I know what it's like to have to hand wash clothes. And some clothes you still have to hand wash on some level, but some of these dryers and washers are very sophisticated. So they can do it for you. So that was fun seeing that in slow-mo. And of course, it went crazy, and slow-mo had a nice little moment. But that, Fiona returns in a car. And she just kind of, I love how you just briefly mentioned this. It's like, yeah, you got rid of, you placed the horse and carriage. And there's a little stop now there. And I saw it in the background, I saw it with a clipboard. So there's a little stop there now. Before, just stopped in the middle of the street and Main Street, and that was it. Yes, I noticed all this stuff. That's how I watch. That's why I take break from watching these shows. I have to watch everything. I catch everything. And I know you guys do too. Some of you guys really look also. I know you do. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun seeing that happening, and having Elizabeth and Lucas talking on the phone. Did you notice that there was one scene where they're talking on the phone? I think that's so interesting. They're in the same town, but they're talking on the phone. Like, I wasn't ready for that. I was like, oh yeah, just now they can do that. They can. She has a phone in her house, and I'm like, they're getting modern. They're getting modern. That was really funny. Let's see. But you have Rosemary and Lee. They get the big story in the end, of course, but nothing really major with them. Just kind of like the friendship part. There was a conversation between Lee and Joseph about him doing that, him co-signing the loan. He wanted to help. I'm glad they had a conversation. And so that was because he was shorthanded. He needed people to help. And Rosemary would be there for her best friend. So we're going back to the best friend thing. Oh my God, last season it was killing me. They weren't friends. I like their friends again. They can be honest with each other. I love this. Always says off the record or not for the newspaper. I need my friend. You always got to say that now. I work in press too. So there's times when there's something I go, it's off the record, right? Yes, you got to do that sometimes. And also there's little moments there too. If you noticed, Rosemary, while she's in there tooling around the barbershop salon, she picks up some new items, some new hair stuff. She's like, oh, new hair, these new gadgets and things. So they're moving right along in history. They're moving right along. I like the little things there. She got a tricycle for Jack. That's kind of funny too. It was a cute tricycle. So here's why I'm sad. And I'm hoping I'm hoping she comes back. Because characters are known to go and come back on this show. Mei Su. But see, and I see total chemistry between Mei Su and Nathan. She has to go off into Chicago and fix this mess. And so I'm hoping that's what it is. She goes off to fix this mess, then she comes back and she can start anew. All season I've been saying, am I seeing something between Nathan and, oh my God, Faith. Thank you, my girl Andrea Brooks. Faith. There's always these little weird exchanges and stuff. But this episode, after Mei Su left, it was kind of like, let's talk about it, or let's get some ice cream, right? Key. So there's something going on there too, right? Are we getting a triangle? So I hope they didn't get rid of Mei Su for good, and then it's like it's really her. And I don't want a triangle either, but Faith and Nathan said something each very important. They were not ready for marriage. I do wonder, and thank you folks last time. You did respond. I asked you questions. Thank you. I saw on the comments below. But for Nathan Elizabeth fans, I wonder how you feel about that revelation. Just kind of curious what that means to you. Lucas and Elizabeth had a great little birthday private celebration with Jack. It was a lot of fun. I love that Lucas tells Elizabeth everything. They're not doing the old tropes of like, at first he didn't tell her everything at first because they're trying to work it all out, him and Bill. And I like that he came clean. Bill and him both came clean. Like everything came out. They started working together, so to speak. And I like that very much. That's a good one. Oh, it's a piece of paper I need to keep. So I like that. That's a good one. Also, They let her know that the coal mine may reopen. That's a very interesting development because of the oil company. And now it could be tied to this author. I'm not forgot his last name. The Arthur guy, who's with Hearst Media, which I talked about before on the show. Fiona knows him, makes a phone call. They see he's also an investor in the oil company, or working with people in the oil. It's like, so it's all tied together. Something's coming together, folks. It's coming together. Little small note. I love when Nathan and Julius Spurlock had a little stare down. Weeks later, I love that Cooper and Joseph little father-son moments. Love those, especially for me seeing a Black father and son moments. Cooper and Joseph talking about missing the ladies and about being a boss. And Cooper and Joseph is correct. I'm my own boss, and I am busier than ever than when I wasn't a boss. So that's very true. I thought that was kind of fun to see that talk. Then at the end, the setup. Of course, it's all set up. So Walden brings money, says he threatened Lucas, saying you're going to find these alleged cooked books of illegal activity for New Orleans, gambling, and Walden pulls out, he has the money. They say stop, drop, and roll. Doesn't happen, of course. Spurlock shoots at Nathan, which I was like, oh my God, it's close enough. Everybody starts shooting here and there. Walden pulls out a gun that's actually a gun that they need for a previous thing that's going on. So Bill gets him. And then I thought I don't know if you guys saw this the same way, but I thought how ironic. Spurlock takes off in a car. Nathan chases in a horse, tied back to the first couple of episodes. And there's some fancy rifle stuff, rifle twirling and shooting, and shoots him in the hand and gets him. So the horse still works. God bless America. It still works. But that's ironic. On purpose. It's on purpose. So I like that. And he did a last little twirl too and was like, pointing at him. I love it. Like, get out the car. Right. And a cute little one between Lee and Rosemary, where Rosemary's like, you sound like me. And he's like, oh God. He's like, oh God, no, or whatever. That was hilarious too. They can laugh at each other. Now, he showed scenes next week. Oh, of course, I can't forget. They found the books. Of course, the books. Or they found, I've got over my air quotes, the books. So obviously, Lucas is past and whatever's happening. And he's saying that it seems like he says he's innocent. Who knows what that's about? So that's very, okay, here we go. But next week, what's he going to deal with that? Rosemary has a condition. It looks like she's preggers, but I think it's what they want us to believe. I don't think that's it. So I'm very curious of what's going to be coming up with her. And that's my girl. I'm gonna have her on. Don't worry. I'm waiting. I was waiting for the right moment to bring her on. So I'm thinking maybe after next week she should come on. So I'm thinking. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and mothers like out there who nurture their tribes. Happy Mother's Day to my mothers. I have several. To all of them, biological and otherwise, I love you very much. To my daughters, who are both mothers, I love you in your mothering of my grandchildren. And by the time I see you next time, I will be a year older. I turn 53 on May 10th. So, and I'm going to be out of town. So chances are, I'm going to try to get, it's not going to work. I'm going to try to get the episode out before I leave, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to the next episode out before I leave. I'm going to try. If not, it may happen after I get back. But no worries. An episode 10 reaction will come out. I love you guys. Love you, hearties. I'll see you next time.